Hi guys. Right. Let's just right guys. Potential longs on gold. If we reject this area and we have a 15-minute bullish candle close, we'll just see if the next one pulls down a little bit. We've got 5 minutes to wait. We'll buy the high. Who's in today? Let's have a look. Error YouTube is open studio. What's going on? Guys, let me know. Can you hear okay? Let me know if you can hear okay, please. I can get that. Ah, damn, didn't mean to do that. Dogs. Uh, uh, Appears to be a couple of issues, but I'm not quite sure what. We've got 3 minutes for this candle to close. Okay. Hi, Stuart. Hi, guys. Error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. I have no idea why that is, guys. Let me see if there is. Uh, that looks fine. That looks fine. Okay, so let's just start. Let's get rid of that. Okay, guys, bear with me a second. Just need to maybe get rid of a few things. Okay, we're getting there. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. That can go. Okay, let's put. Sorry, guys, just bear with me 1 minute while I just try and sort out a few things. Appear to be having a couple of tech issues on my side. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Sorry, guys. Just a couple of things need to resolve. Yeah, there's no No real news today. Just let's get rid of. I tried to uninstall something and I think that might be causing me some of the issues. But let's see. That's that one. Okay. Sorry guys, this is a crazy start to this session. All right, but we will potentially be getting long here. So, okay, I'm putting a buy stop open trade. So let me change screens. Oh God, everything's changed. Hold on. Here we go. TV. So I'm doing a flip on the bearish candle at present. So as you can see, we've closed back above our support level. We've had a strong move down. We are at a major support level. The market doesn't really have a direction, so I see it as a range-bound market. Leading up to this week, we had a bias of buys. Let me just put TP1 in. I'm going to take a little bit more off than 50%. I'm going to take 60, and the thought process behind that is the market is just in a range. So the highest probability of success is from support or from resistance, and this is where we currently sit. So if we do break our own high, I will be going into the trade. Yeah, it's 15-minute candle. The high, exactly. I will put another partial TP, but I'll put that a good chunk of the way out. So I'm looking for the next one to move a little bit further. You know, I'm taking most of the profit off if we do break the high, taking most of it off before we fill the range of the previous 15-minute wick. Now, this isn't something that I would normally trade if we weren't at support. If we weren't at support and we were just in an open space, then I'd be looking to sell the low of this bullish candle. But just based on where we are, I'm seeing it as a rejection at support. Markets move lower first. We're looking to break the high, fill the range of that wick, and then whatever happens after that happens. Ooh, let's get um, let's get a bit of music on. Hey Ahmed, how you doing? Oh, I'm guessing that's Fatima, right? Hey Stuart. Hey Peter. Who else we got in here today? Let me have a look at what's going on with the Nasdaq. Ooh, Nasdaq guys, Nasdaq. Nasdaq might be nicer. Okay. We'll run this one for now. Nasdaq still got a little bit of distance to move, so the 130 push. So we're about to get triggered on gold, and there we go. So let's push this up. Let's reduce risk. All right. Yeah, lower time frame. Nice tennis ball effect. Strong candle up range candle. If we break the high of that, then I think we should push on maybe up into this region. Oh, hold on. Let's reduce risk again. Didn't push up. So 70% rule, guys, just because there has been a strong move to the downside. If we do go 7 pips up, I am going to move stops to break even. Oh, these numbers jumping around so fast, they send my eyes funny, right? Anyone else get flickery vision? Okay, there we go. TP1 and stops to break even, guys. We shoot, we score. And if we break the high of this, lovely jubbly. Yeah, TP1, guys, it's all right. Let's just we can say thank you in a bit. Let's see if we can milk a little bit more out of this trade. I'm just moving my stop up to accommodate any commission. Oh yes, risk-free, money in the bank, the way we like it. Now, if we have another bullish close, you can always trade this one as well. So the half that you've taken off, you could put the half if you wanted. If we break the high, because obviously it's slightly over 10 pips, you could put the half back in as we break the high. Let's just see what happens. Anyone else take the trade? Now, as you know, I took a little bit more off than normal. It took 60% as opposed to 50%. And the only reason for that is because we'd had such a strong move down and it was a fairly aggressive entry. Even though I was confident with it, it was an aggressive entry. So I wanted to take an extra bit off just to secure a few extra dollars. Now, whatever happens after, Mr. Armand, good afternoon, sir. So a trade I'll be looking at after this if we will be the Nasdaq. All right, let's push now, guys. You know what? And there we go. So let's wait for the third. Yeah, nothing to do. All right, let's come back to the other screen. So nice quick start. Wow, guys, this is bizarre. So I'm actually watching the live stream and yeah, the delay. So I'm what this is really weird. I wonder if there's a way that we can do that. Stream settings, auto generated key, backup server. What does that mean? Okay, so I'm not quite sure. So stream is healthy, stream is excellent. So what else can we do, right? Okay, let's go back to where are we? Over here. So this is what I'm liking this area on the Nasdaq. Gold will wait for the 30-minute candle to close. If the 30-minute candle closes bullish, we get a wick down, we can look to be a buyer. Okay, so we have to wait and see what happens in the next, what is it, 20 minutes. Any questions, guys? Right, 30 minutes. Yeah, so Nasdaq, we're going to look for buys above here. Now, it's the daily flip as well. In fact, I'm putting the buy order above the range. I'll show you exactly what I'm going to do. So let's just do this. Open calc. There we go. So so there we go, guys. We are going to place the daily flip. We're looking for the market to break its own high. So if you look, if we break its own high, we're looking to come up and trade back into not yesterday's, but the day before's low. So Monday's low. That's what we're going to look and try and trade into. Partial TP. Look, we're going to use standard protocol, 20 pips or 2,000 points as per the Nasdaq for T1, and then we'll give it a bit of dancing room, see if we can get off to a flyer. So we'll go for 60 pips for T2, because that's only going to be, if you think about it, that'll be 20 points up, 60 points up on the day. Well, it's going to be a little bit more because there's the open. So if it gets all the way up there, it means it's going to be up 200 points on the day, so less than 1%. So I like that. But Future Frank TP2. How did you get TP2 without getting stopped at break even? Um, so we'll wait for this candle to close as well. So we've got a couple of options on the table, because if this one closes bullish and an uprange candle, again we could buy the break of the high and trade it for, I see, somewhere in this region, about 58 points. You could buy basically straight now if you wanted, guys, as it break the high of the 15-minute candle. But I'm going to wait for it to close. I have just seen rumors of Putin saying a deal is going to be done with the US, so that if that's the case, I can only imagine that'll be positive for stocks. But again, what's the saying? Buy the rumor, sell the fact. So we'll see what happens. We've got 3 minutes for this candle to close. Let's get ready for potential trade. So we've got 2.5 minutes. Typical. Still enough pips. But we don't really want it to push too much higher. Because remember what we say, the highest probability of success is the closer you trade to support and resistance once we've got buyers or sellers confirmed. Here we've got them confirmed. We just need to let the candle close. We did our business with this one. I mean, look, we did get a superb entry, but by managing it the way we do, unfortunately, it just came out, stopped us at break even on the second part. But it's the whole part of trade management, right? We want to be aggressive, protect those losses. And right now, we'll see if we can get a second trade. Okay, so my order will only get placed if I see it close nice and strong somewhere in and around the high of the previous candle. If it drops back down here, I'll wait for the 30-minute candle to close. We've got 40 seconds left. looser. Where's that coming from? Okay, so 25 seconds. See, T1. So 4 seconds. Let's see if we can get. Now, remember it's 1:30, so we can trade momentum entry here. Let's get TPs in. So we've got 10 pips, 20 pips. We had a strong close. We're having a wick down now. So as soon as we get triggered now, trade management will be push the stop underneath the low of this candle, wherever the low of this candle goes. So now we're seeing, yeah, orders placed, guys. Orders placed. So if we look, right, we've got bullish candle closing back above support. Next one is an uprange candle closing above the previous candle's high. So I'm just looking at this and saying, right, well, even if this is a correction, where would it potentially correct to? I'm seeing somewhere in this region, right? So that's a good 40, 50 pips. We can get T1, T2 in that quite nicely. Nasdaq's having a bit of a pullback down, which I don't mind because it's gone up in a straight line. So if it can come back down, create a support, and then go, perfect. I'm just going to keep my eyes on gold for now. So how many of you got T1? Did anyone go more than T1? So guys, remember it's a pending order. It's a buy stop. So we've got 3.5 lots, buy stop above the high of the 15-minute candle. T1 is 10 pips. T2 is 20 pips. Stops will move to break even at T1. Now, we've got COMEX opening in 13 minutes. Will we see more downside and these lows get broken? Just looking at the daily chart over here. Oh, would help if I was looking at the right chart. I think if these lows get broken, 29.17 H1. Yeah, it's good. There's a good move down towards 29.11. Me, don't ask me how though. Me, don't ask me how though. Frankie, give us a clue. Not quite sure what you're saying. So we'll sit tight. We'll do nothing. Oh, TP2. Hey, listen. If you manage to get a bit of luck, Frankie, and get T2, that's fantastic. Maybe you had one of those lucky moments where trade assistant didn't push your stop to break even. Whenever I have mishaps with, like yesterday, there was a. If I hadn't been sat here watching the trade, see, this is the thing. You could have these software tools like Magic Keys that I'm using, or Trade Assistant, or Dane's Trades. You could be using one of those things. And let's say you place the trade, you leave it there. Um, and you think, oh, it's okay. I've got my trade placed. I've got the software managing it. Yesterday, if I hadn't been here and watched, uh, I'd have had a trade that triggered, and the second that it triggered, for some reason it cancelled all my partial TPs. It would have gone on to, let's say, go to my partial TPs, and then it would have stopped me at, it wouldn't have stopped me at break even, and it wouldn't have banked anything because they came off. So in theory, what would have been a T1 and break even would have been a substantial loss. Luckily, I was sat here. I saw it happen. I got my partial TPs back in, and we hit T1 and break even. So just because you've got software installed, don't rely on it 100%. You know, there are glitches, like with anything. It's like driving a car. Your car can break down. It's like us as human beings. We can get ill. Um, so it's not 100% bulletproof. So just remember there will be times where there's going to be an issue. So just make sure whatever you're doing, you're not 100% relying on it. So that's why I always say if you are placing a trade, make sure you can sit there and stay through the whole trade. So a quick look. All right, 9 minutes. Okay, guys. So um, March the 12th. March the 12th, trading day in London from 8 a.m. to minimum 4 p.m. It's limited spaces. It is predominantly aimed at members. If you're a new member, then and you want to come, make sure we've got about 5 or 6 spaces at the minute. So if there's anyone here that would like to attend that isn't yet booked or reserved their seat, let me know and I can send you a link to secure your seat. Um, while we're waiting for uh, the the Nasdaq or, or gold to trigger, I just want to show you something. Right, I'm just going to keep my eyes on those. I'm just going to change what I want to look at. Okay, so I'm just going to change screens, guys. So uh, here we go. So it's the final few days for you to be registered, to be in with a chance of hitting one of our free uh, giveaways. So in February, there's going to be a $5,000. So as you can see, instant funding with Instant FX Capital, trade up to $1 million. All you have to do is click apply now. You come down to the option down here, you can see the different deposit amounts that you can do. There's a 300, a 500, a 1,000, a 2,500, or a 5,000. Now, based on performance, this is instant funding, so you have to go through KYC and AML, guys. Deposit 2,500, and at stage 5, that will be the equivalent of $500,000. Deposit 5,000 at stage 5, it's $1 million. 1,000 you get up to 200,000. $500 you get up to 100 grand, and $300 you get up to 60,000 on funding, instant funding based on performance. There's no challenges, it's just instant straight trading. Once you're in profit, get to your requirements, which is, you can see here, this is the process. So you submit your application, you go through your KYC, you'll get a call or an email from someone at Instant FX Capital, and the brokerage confirm that your account has been set up. Once you've made your initial deposit, your funds will be moved into what we call an incubator account, and those details will be then sent to you directly. Anyone that opens an account in February and places their first trade by 6 p.m. on February the 28th will be in the draw for a free 5,000 initial starting balance that can trade up to $100,000. So if you haven't yet done that, guys, now's the time. There's just a few days remaining. So if you are in it, good luck. There is Donville was the winner in December, and we had Lola the winner in January. So we're still waiting on gold. Uh, Looks like Nasdaq got quite close, but not quite. Yeah, you can see it came quite close, but not quite. Ideally, my preference is see a pullback into this area, and then we break the highs. So a little bit like you see this, you had an impulse, then a consolidation, another impulse. Now I'd like to see a consolidation phase or correction, and then we go again. And I do think if we break the high of today, we should see a nice strong move on the Nasdaq. Gold, not doing anything. We've got 5 minutes for comics to come in. 5 minutes for comics, I should say. How many of you are looking at the Nasdaq? How many of you will trade the daily flip on the Nasdaq? Oh, DAX's alert just went off for me as well. DAX, I will wait. So the DAX, I won't trade as a momentum entry. And the reason for that is the DAX has been open since what, 8 a.m. UK time, 8:15. Whereas the Nasdaq, although it's a futures and it's rolling, um, it's not opened yet. So we're waiting for that to open, and that's where we can potentially get that surge. So let's see what happens here. So obviously the Nasdaq doesn't open till 2:30, but we will monitor situations closely. Let me have a quick look, see what's happening. What was the 2032, 32? So I just want to stay on top of it. So switching, when I'm switching around charts, I want to be notified when I'm triggered. So I'm just putting an alert on gold and Nasdaq. Let's put an alert as well above the day's high. Okay, so I've just put two alerts on so I can move around. What was it? This is where issues come in. 40 plus now. I forgot what I was just going to show you. Ah, that's what I was doing because we're looking at the Nasdaq. Let's have a look. See. Oh, I've not changed channel. Change screen. Let's see how the stocks are pre-market. Nothing on Nvidia. So I'm just checking the biggies. Flat there. Down a bit on Google. Flat there. Flat on Amazon, really up a tiny bit. So what we look at? Tesla, very quiet in pre-market open. Meta's same. Uh, Give me some stocks to check, cross-reference. Can't think. Tesla, Amazon, Netflix, Google. They're all the biggies. Uh, We're getting close. Just put it somewhere in the middle of the range. Right. Ideally, we want to see this come down. If it comes down and then breaks the high, we can stick our stops underneath the low of this candle. If it just pushes and just breaks through, guys, what do you think we'll do? There's the 21,390 for me on my broker. But remember, all brokers, when it comes to indexes, are very, very different. Uh, what's going on? Uh, right. Okay. So we've not triggered on Nasdaq. What's happening in gold? Let's just come back to the gold charts and Nasdaq. So Nasdaq, we haven't yet triggered. Gold orders still in above the high. Let's just check. 29.32.17. 29.32.17. So let's go 37. Hey guys, if there's nothing, yeah, right. Let's just have a right because it's created a bottom wick now. If we wanted to be really, really aggressive, in theory, we could have like a 18-point stop, which is a tiny, tiny stop. Should it trigger? So we need to wait to see if it triggers. If it triggers, I'm going to bring my stop here initially, and then if we get like 5, 10 points in profit, I'm going to bring it up. I think my video is behind. Is it about instant funding? Yeah, there is a delay with YouTube about anywhere between 10 and 15 seconds, I think. So yeah, it is about instant funding. So you deposit, your initial balance is multiplied by 10, and then as you go through the stages, so once you hit your first 20% profit, you then get multiplied by 20, then 40, then 80, then 200. So when you look at what you have to make when you go through challenges and stay within a particular drawdown, it's much more user friendly. Oh, gold. So comics has just opened. We've been open, what, 3 minutes? Not really seen anything yet. Now, if we break the high of this candle, what we can do is we can reduce risk a little bit underneath the low of this, um, because what we'll have seen is a daily flip lining up on the US 30 as well. I don't have the US 30 on my charts, but what broker is Um, yes, Stuart, I'll drop you a message, mate. So there's if you want to use a funded account, then if you go through instant FX, you have to open up a so if you go through this, you have to open up a live account anyway. Select the pro account. Spreads are really, really good. And then if you do have a funded account, any profits you make, you just withdraw and it goes straight into your normal account. So it's really, really super plain sailing. Okay, we're in and oh, that's the alert for gold by the sound of it. So we've broken the highs. Yeah, we did. It's your song, Rich. All right. So if you just have a pop on there and just click apply now, you have to open up a standard account. But then if you ask for the pro account, Stuart, really, really good. Pro account, super, super tight spreads, amazing swaps. And you do a bit of end of day trading, don't you? So the swaps there are about as good as I've seen. Here we go. Let's see if we can. Did Nas trigger or not? No. Pleasure, buddy. So, trade management, guys. We are just sitting tight for now. There's not a great deal. Sorry, I haven't moved it up to there, but that's where we currently sit at the minute. Is that under the low of 30? Yeah. So we've come down on the 30 and then we've broken the high from support. I can't see why we shouldn't get to T1, T2, but look, markets, we've got no news today. We've got no catalysts. We're just trading pure PA. So I nearly said PAYE then. That'd be something to trade, wouldn't it? Ooh. This is a really solid area. Look at all these wicks. Look at all these wicks. All we had to do is wait for buyers to come in. We waited for it here, and then we took a second trade here. So first one came in, we hit T1, and then break even. I like where we are, guys. I like where we are. Right. I'm going to hit break even at 7 pips as well. Oh, no need. There you go, T1. There we go, T1, 2 trades. Thank you very much. Lovely jubbly. Oops, I'm just going to move it a couple of pips for commission. Yeah, that was a strange T1. It didn't even. It literally. I was at like 2 or 3 points, and then I was like, well, I'm going to move it to break even when it gets to 7 pips. As I said it, yeah, literally just flew. Thank you very much, gold. All right, let's see if we can get to T2. I think this tune could be our new Bill Withers. Literally every time comes on, it's boom. All right, let's we're 10 pips up, going strong. Let's hit T2. Okay, let's see what's going on. Could be another break even, and there it is. Another break even, guys. Will we get probably going to run on again, but I don't want to give this a third chance. It looks good, but we've got 4 minutes. Sod's law as well. Yeah, it stopped out, but this is where we had our TPs 29.37. But look, at the end of the day, I mean, it's not mega. Oh, that. Oh yeah, because I closed out 50%, not 60. So look, we've done $300 while we've been on the online. It's not massive, but it's a bit of something. We just needed them to run, but we didn't get the runner. We didn't get the runner. Right. We'll be leaving yeah, we'll definitely be leaving the Nasdaq on. Because if you look, our first entry was here. Annoyingly, it's moved 60 points since our first entry, but it, this is the art of trading. It's like, how do you manage it? Where do you put your stops? No me either. No me either. Because of the delay, I always get lost where we are in the chat. So, um, sorry, Frankie. What do you mean, buddy? I like all these emojis that are coming through. So remember, don't forget to comment and like. That's 2 trades on the live stream, 2 wins. Easy pickings, guys. Yes, 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 yes. Look at the damn thing. We did what we thought was right. We trade according to the rules, and we miss out on some pips. But there's times, right, where let's say if you just let that run and you didn't move your stop, it'd come down, it'd take you out. So I think the best thing you can do in any situation is you're aggressive with your stops. And if you get a runner, you get a runner like we did yesterday and you get 60, 70 pips, fantastic. These haven't, these have, I mean, look, you could maybe say that based on the 5 minute chart, we could have just left it underneath the lows and trailed the lows of the five. But there'll be times where that doesn't work as well. So you've got to be consistent. And consistency for us is we do 10 pips, we get our stops to break even. I push it up 1 or 2 pips to cover any commission charge from the brokers. And then we hope that it moves. And then if we do get one of those big pushes, because remember the whole sort of like process behind the system that I trade is that we're looking for that fresh cash to come in and move the market. So you're looking for that impulsive move. I don't want to sit in a trade and sit here for an hour and 2 hours watching it. That's like kill me by 1,000 cuts. I want to be in and done. So we've done two trades there. What did they last? Maybe a few minutes each. Only trade I'm waiting for now is the Nasdaq. I'm not going to do anything else on gold. Nothing else on gold. I just come over to the what do you call it? What's the one you use? That's it. Trading view. Okay, so gold price. This turning into no other words but a bit of a shit show. The only places you want to be trading from are key areas. This now, we've gone so high into the middle of this range, even though there's clear candle space here, with just two in the middle of it. So now trades are going to be if we sell off hard and yeah, GP's good. GP is my I've known Phil for about 12 years, who's the CEO. Uh, but if you are going to have a funded account, then the pro account now where you have your incubator account is phenomenal. So if you go through your swaps, believe it or not, even better on the pro account, Anna, at the icon if you've got your incubator account set up, and then select a pro for your personal. Phenomenal. Right. Okay, so we've got two trades in, two wins. I would say that is a bloody good afternoon. I mean, look, if you look at the 15, I know there'll be members that are trading this now because look, you've got a strong bullish candle, we've got clear candle space, you've had a wick down. If we break the high, you've got clear candle space. I can understand why you'd trade it. You've got what, another 50 pips. It's available. Yeah, sure, Anna. No worries. Speak Thursday in our coaching session. So so look, it's breaking the highs now. So anyone trading this now, I totally get it. Absolutely fine to do it. And to be fair, if you'd have done it, you'd have just hit T1 in a nanosecond. It literally just went 20 pips in a split second. So that could have been 3 for 3. But like I said, just leading up into this one, and look where it's. We don't know if it stopped there, but that's where I had my extended targets underneath this structure here. Look, so I never want to be the last man out. So I never want to try and get all the way to the top. I always look for areas where I can come out before. So I always want to be the first man out, not the last man out. So let's get away from gold now. Gold's done. Ooh. DAX, we're going to wait. Close above this, we've got huge moves. But one thing to bear in mind is that maybe this will be better for the DAX tomorrow. This is what we want. Nasdaq is only 18 pips up, so we've got We've got what, 10 minutes left, and then we've got the open, so 40 minutes potentially, just because of where we are on the Nasdaq. We've seen what, a correction of 4.5%, 1,000 points from the highs. Yeah, if anything, targeting the low of Monday. No, what is it today? It's Tuesday, isn't it? Targeting the low of Friday. God, lost for the days already. Hmm. All right. Uh, okay, so we're waiting, guys. We're waiting. We're waiting for lift off. Let's just have a quick look, see what was happening. I think it was this one. Okay, so let's just have a quick look at. Let's see if there's anything about Putin here, because I just saw a pop-up. Okay. Okay. Nothing specific. So yeah. So like we were saying, if you get your uh, let me change screen again, guys. Okay. So hopefully this is just a little pullback, and then we can pull back and break the highs. So literally, like I said, because we've gone straight up, I'd like to see a pullback on a lower time frame. I don't necessarily want to enter here. I don't want to enter while we're below this level, and I don't want to enter until we break our own high today. If we do that, then I think we've got some lovely moves on the cards. Yeah, 100. I, you know what? I am gonna have a little adjustment. Okay, so the adjustment I've done, guys, is I'm doing first first TP at 40 pips. So, oh, I'm showing you the wrong screen. So look, so I've got first TP at 40 pips, second at I've got second at 60, but I'm just thinking I might just push it up to here. So, uh, not that one. There we go. So you could say this is me being a little bit greedy, but what I'm thinking, oh, I just need to adjust my stop because this has just moved down a little bit more. So the reason and thought process behind this is that the market's come down, it's taken what we could call liquidity. So then if we break our own high, there's no way that the Nasdaq is only going to move 20 points positive and then reverse over after being 160 points offside. So let's just have a quick, while that's playing out, let's just bring on the ATR over on trading view. And let's just have a look, see what the average true range on, there we go. So let's go to daily. Not today, so yesterday's data. Okay, that's fine. We are talking around 290. Yeah, 290, 300 points from high to low. So based on what we've moved today, so if it is 300 points, it's there. So that's 21,536. So let's do it on our chart and map that out. So we want 300 points from the low. Look at that. Okay, so 299, lovely. Okay, there we go. So my exit on the Nasdaq, I don't care if it goes all the way up here. I really don't give a damn. My exit, full exit, will be based on the ATR of the last 14 days. So meaning if it's to move the same amount of points that it's moved on average over the last 14 days, then it'll get to my full target. If it doesn't come out and stop me out at break even. Does that make sense? So it's not often I'll look at ATR and things like that, but because we're looking at potentially the start of the next impulse on the Nasdaq or the next move that might create a lower high on a higher time frame, again, it'll still be categorized as the next impulse on the daily chart. Does that make sense, guys? Where's it gone? Well, we definitely called gold right back down here. We got it spot on. Unfortunately, we just couldn't stay in it. Anyone looking at any other charts? So who have we got in here right now? Who's in? Who's still in? Have we got Fatima, Anna, Rich, Taj, Frankie, Mr. Armand? Hey guys. Mr. Cole, how you doing, sir? Right, so we're just waiting, guys. We're waiting. I think the key for this one is going to be the open at 2:30. That's what we're going to wait for. They open at 2:30. Are we just gonna surge? I mean, look, the DAX is still popping up 1.2% on the day. The Dow is up 57 points. Where's the S&P? S&P is flat for the day. S&P and Nasdaq both flat. Dow, well, it's basically flat, 50 points, 43,000. It's very flat. Twenty 29 minutes, guys. What's going to happen? Are we going to sell off or are we going to have a rally? And gold's still popping. Very unlucky there, guys. Got two trades right at the lows and it's kept going, but never mind. Yesterday we got it and we got the mover. We got 60, 70 points. I know some of you got 75 plus, but you're not going to be able to catch the big movers every day. Objective is we put ourselves in a position, if there is a big move, to potentially be on the back of it, and we secure whatever we can as fast as we can. And if it doesn't move with us, we close it as quickly as possible as well. All right, Paolo. Cheers, buddy. Did you get a couple of trades? Did you get both trades or just one? Okay, Lola. Take care, darling. All right. Now, this this area is what we had marked out on TradingView from this morning session. So let's see what happens if we get a close above here. Then there's either this or Nasdaq to watch. But I'll see. I'm going to favor the Nasdaq to be fair today. I'm favoring the Nasdaq, so we'll see. We've had two strikes on gold, so I'm not going to push my luck for a third attempt on gold. Okay. Saying that, those 4 hours look quite inviting as well, don't they? They're both downrange candles, but look at the wicks on those babies. Look at that that could have been a monster trade. Coulda, but wasn't. Oh, Sorry, let me just end this call quickly. Right. Okay. What are we preferring, guys? Let me know what you prefer. Let's get a bit of convo going. Are we preferring longs above 29.42 on gold? Should we get a close above there and trade it up into this area? Or are we preferring the daily flip on the Nasdaq? What are we preferring, guys? In fact, let's do a little poll. Uh, prefer Which do you prefer, long? Oops. Okay, we're gonna say NAS 100 or gold. NAS 100, gold 29.43 and above, and NAS 21 390 and above. NAS 21 390 above. All right, there you go, guys. Here's some. Let me know what you're thinking. We've got one gold. Anyone else? What are we thinking? NAS 100 or gold? Ooh, we're getting 50-50. Anyone else? Phone a friend. It's got a little bit of a feeling like yesterday, don't you think, right? I know we've done two trades, but they both happened so quickly. We got T1 and then stopped out very, very quick at break even that I don't feel like there's been a trade so much. And yesterday we were stalking that one trade for ages, and then it came and it was a lovely, lovely trade. But I feel that the two trades that we took, and although they hit T1, uh, it's been who's Lyric Studio? I don't recognize this name. Gold could be exhausted. I tell you one thing, I'm definitely not exhausted today. Yesterday I was tired, but today I'm not. So Lyric Studio, come on, who's this? This is a new name. I don't recognize this name. Welcome to the stream, unless it's someone that's changed their YouTube name. If it's someone new, welcome. We do like a bit of gold and Nasdaq in the afternoon. We've had two trades, two take profit ones, and a break even, and then that's it. Gold, if we look at it, it's Donville. Bloody hell, mate. So looking at this, gold above here, I think we'll see fresh legs. I think we'll see it running. A little bit like Nasdaq. If we get above here, I think we'll see it running. So we just need to sit tight. Okay, so the viewers are preferring Nasdaq, not by much. And to be fair, that would be a break of the 4 hour highs. Now, the one thing I don't like about 4 hour, and those of you that are members will know, that dependent where your broker has its server will be dependent on what your 4 hour candles look like. Not every 4 hour candle is the same. Okay. So, for example, if the server's in the UK and one is in Europe, because of the time difference, you will find that the 4 hour candle in Europe will look different to the one in the UK because it grabs a different set of 4 1 hour candles to the ones that are grabbed here in the UK just because of the time difference. So if you want to cross-reference brokers and the 4 hour charts, you'll see they're all different. So I don't like to take trades based off 4 hour chart because the price action you see with one chart can be very different somewhere else. Whereas the hourly chart will always look the same across every broker. Yeah, 15 will, 30 will, but the hourly won't. The 4 hourly won't. Right, what do we need to do? 20 minutes. One second, guys. Right, 19 minutes. So this is the painful bit. Nothing on the I'm staying away from the DAX. So there'll only be two trades that I would say are interesting. But now for me, there's only one. Now, from a technical perspective, gold is interesting. But if you think about the type of trade and the way that we look for these momentum entries with price action, we like to do it around market opens. So European Open, London, European Open. Okay. We like to do it around COMEX Open. We like to do it around the US Open. So where do you think the next flood of cash is going to be? At what time? What we're going to see happen? When is the next big opening? 2:30. Yeah, exactly, Taj. So the next big opening is 2:30. Now, whatever happens in the stock market, we're likely to see more of a surge initially on the stock market as opposed to gold, but it will have an impact on gold. After 2:30, when do you think the next time we'll see a move on gold? So 2:30, we're going to see NYSE open. So the biggest mover in theory should be the US stock exchanges, which will have an impact on gold. What do you think the next big time will be where we see a movement on something? So 2:30 for the NYSE, then there's another big movement at a certain time. What do you think that is, guys? There's news. I mean, it's just orange flag news, but let's think if there's news, then yeah, obviously the time that that news comes out. I saw some orange news at 2 o'clock, and some at three, as you say. I'm not sure what it was. I didn't really pay a great deal of attention to it because it was orange. Let's have a look. Forex factory. Let's just change. So you can see. Okay, Tuesday. So whatever that is, S&P Composite. Don't even know what it is. Let's have a look. Change in the selling price of single-family homes in 20 metropolitan areas. Okay, so that's up slightly. The next one we have is at 3 o'clock. Consumer confidence. Okay, and we have Richmond Manufacturing Index. Now, what we've seen forecast in January is 105 and it came in at 104. So if we look, the forecast is down on what the actual reading was in January. So who knows? We've no idea how the market's going to interpret the news. But it's orange data for me, so I don't really pay a lot of attention to it. So what do you think is the other big time we can... Oh, wrong TV. Uh, yeah, Richard, exactly. The London fix, 4 p.m. What market is that going to affect the most? 4 p.m. London fix. We've got 14 minutes, guys, before we have liftoff. What's happening here? So we've got 80% on the Nasdaq, 20% on gold. Okay, yeah, exactly. The 4 p.m. fix will is mainly affects gold. It's where in London they reset the gold prices. Okay, so it's the fixing of price on gold. So it can be a good time to take a corrective trade on gold. So if you've seen a directional move and it's come into a particular area, then that'd be a nice time to look for fading that daily move that's happened. And but obviously you can see today's been a little bit all over. It's been down, up, down, now coming back up. So uh, in terms of fading the move, I wouldn't know. But from a technical perspective, if we get a close above here on the 30, then I think that's a trade. All I'm going to do, guys, is I am going to wait for the US Open and give it a few minutes. Once I give it a few minutes, then I will be calling it a day if we haven't triggered. So we'll just close it down if that's the case. 12 minutes. Okay, gold going. Gold is really pushing. Ooh. This is a little bit of a drag, isn't it? There's nothing worse than you just sat here waiting for a market to do something. But this is what we get paid to do, right, guys? The whole point of sitting at the charts waiting for our setup is to get paid. And we do it around the times we know the setups will work best and highest probability for us. And that's it. So the question is, will we get paid any more today or not? Do you still use? Uh, I don't, Taj, to be fair. That had a nightmare just before Trump came in. So yeah, my my faith in EAs is that I believe they're good, but I believe they all have a shelf life. So I've had, and that one had 8 years track record. So yeah, no, no, I just believe in believe in me now and only me. The only reason I like to use different things is to diversify because then it gives you different opportunities. So I think if I've seen people. I was in a couple of EAs. No, I'm going to leave the daily flip in. I'm leaving that daily flip in because that's when I think we'll get. If we're going to trigger, I think that's when it'll trigger with the surge. But we need to move quickly. So if it gets like 15 pips up, I'm just going to hit stop loss at entry, and then we're good to go. So poll was a unanimous decision for Nasdaq. So okay, guys, Nasdaq it is. 8 minutes. Anyone looking at any other charts? DAX is set up. Swiss yen, is this your new baby? I'm sure didn't you take one on the Swiss yen the other day? Uh, there's DAX is setting up quite nicely. Gold's pulling back off the level, which I'm quite happy about. 7 minutes. Let me go back to Trading View, and we will have a little look at what's going on with Swiss yen. Mm, mm, I think looking at this, if price was to spike up and take out the highs, I'm not so fond of like the longs because it's all a bit choppy in these areas. But if it could spike up, take out the highs, then you could look for sells. Um, I just feel like it's a bit of a until we get out of this range, you struggle on the lower time frames, so you probably have to have a look at something a little bit higher where you've got some clear candle space. So the hourly definitely gives you clear candle space. I would want to have seen it push into this area. Right, the DAX is dropping, which I don't mind. I don't mind the DAX dropping leading into the open. All right, let's go back to the DAX. So Nasdaq's 56, 59, was it 59 points down on the day, and we've got about 5 minutes until the open. So let's see what the let's see how it opens. So anyone that's new, we've got a pending order just above the high of today on the Nasdaq. So if you look at this on the hourly, you can see we've had a strong level of resistance formed. Markets failed to break above it. We've had strong sellers come in a few times in and around the 21,350 number, and they're coming in again now. The question is, are we going to see as the market opens, is this just going to be like a liquidity grab, market making move, and then we can push up through those highs and get a daily flip? Or we're going to continue lower. If we continue lower, fantastic. I don't care. We'll just cancel the order and nothing ventured, nothing lost. Okay, in this case. But if it does reverse and take out the highs, we'll be moving stops to break even as we get 10, 15 points up, and we're looking to run that into like. And normal targets would be 20 points, but I've got a little bit extended on this one. TP1, I've put at 40 pips. 3 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes, 20 seconds until the open. Uh, Hi Anna, sorry. I Yes it does. Yes it does. What was that in relation to? Okay, so just in case we don't get any movement in the first 5 minutes, then I'll close the order and call it a day for today. Which, look, on the whole, it's been a successful day. We've not smashed it by any means. We had two trades. No. I've got stops just underneath the bearish engulfing 30-minute low. Um, you can put your stops anywhere in and around here or down here, wherever you're comfortable with. Obviously, the lower you move it, the bigger the risk you have in on the trade. Um, the way I'm looking at it is if we reverse and break this high, we really want to be getting our stops up quite aggressively because it should be a shift in sentiment, and I don't think it'll go up and then spin straight back down. So we can lock reduce risk quickly or lock in profit. So 35 seconds. Uh, Let me put that back where it was. 20 seconds. And let's see what happens. Gold's pushing. Gold's pushed. All right. Nasdaq's still not doing anything. I'm watching another chart. I'm just watching this. I'm not going to be trading this. I just want to watch it. We couldn't have bought it at a better place, really, looking back. Nasdaq's 60 odd points down on the day, so we're not missing anything there. You see? Well, I'm guessing the talks of Putin, etc., haven't really spurred the markets on that much. Looking at this, we're down 90 points now. Nearly back to day lows, only another, what, 45 points from where they were. But let's just see. I have a feeling. Cheers, Anna. See you tomorrow. Yeah, I I have to go in a few minutes. Um, but yeah, I do feel that we could potentially see a break of these highs. I'm going to try and stick around for as long as possible. All right. What's S&P doing? S&P is flat. The Dow's up 200 points. Okay. So the Nasdaq is definitely the slow burner of this lot. The Nasdaq's down 70 points. S&P is down 3 points. And the Dow is up 196 points. The DAX is up 240 points. Yeah. Okay. I tell you what I'll do. I'll give it to quarter to, and then I really have to come off. Yeah. So 10 more minutes, guys. And if we haven't triggered and we haven't seen the rocket ship come into action, then that will be it. I will be calling it a day. Okay. So Orders, guys, if you have just come in, we've got a buy stop order on the NASDAQ above the daily high. So what we're looking at is a potential daily flip. The market's come in, it's tested the highs, it's sold off. And if you look here, it sold off, it came back towards the highs. We put a buy stop in above the high of this candle. And we're just looking to see if now the fresh market or fresh cash coming into the market makers driving it down, will we see this impulsive move higher, pushing through to our T1s, T2s? Look, in order for us to get to T2, we have to do a 115 point move in a straight line, basically. So uh, it's not a huge move for the Nasdaq. You know, you can do that very, very quickly on the Nasdaq in a good 25 minutes or so. But it's looking a little bit doubtful, to be fair, guys. It's looking a bit doubtful that will trigger, but maybe later in the afternoon we might, but I won't be here. I will be with my little princess. So 10 minutes and I will call it a day. All right, little bit of movement. Okay, starting to, if we break our own high on this candle, there we go. Where's the S&P? Okay, so the S&P is still flat, 1 point up. The Dow is dropping. It's 130 points. It was 200 points up, but it's now 130. So the Dow's just lost 70 points in the last few minutes. It seems to be a day of indecision. Now gold, that was the one by the looks of it, guys. We got two trades down here. We got this one and the break of that high. Unfortunately, we only managed to bank 10 pips out of both of them. Um, it, 3 minutes. What is it? No, 45, 8 minutes. 8 minutes, but S&P sitting 6 points down. All right, guys, this is it's not doing anything. I'm binning it now. I was going to wait till 2:45, but I'm not seeing anything, and I don't think there's any point waiting any longer. So there we go. Guys, that's it. Very slow end to the session, but a good session in all. Two trades, two TP1s. Well done. Catch you all maybe tomorrow. If I get plenty of comments on the live stream afterwards and likes, I might do you another live stream tomorrow. All right, guys. If you took any trades on the live stream, say below in a comment what you took, how many pips you banked. Okay. Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye, guys. Bye, 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 bye. Thanks, Rich.